there, Leo. Welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Leo for the month of February 2021. So a big welcome to anybody who might be new out there. Thanks so much for tuning in and giving me the opportunity to read for you. I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope it resonates. And then I hope you decide to stick around. If you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back and viewing more of my videos. It's been a while. I haven't been uploading regular readings for quite some time, and it's just because my schedule does not allow for it at this point. And so as you can also see, or maybe you can tell, I am recording at night. I have poor artificial lighting. So I apologize in advance for that and for the glare that comes off the cards. It's what I have to deal with, but if you are a returning viewer, thanks for hanging in there with me and thanks for coming back. So just a reminder, this is a general love reading. Of course, that means it can apply to any kind of situation or circumstance that you might be dealing with and any type of relationship, romantic or otherwise. Don't forget to be flexible with the energy. You may be represented by any of the characters that might show up in the cards regardless of gender. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You could potentially feel like you're cross-watching for somebody else. Parts of the reading might resonate while other parts may not. So take what does and leave behind the rest. My intention is always to reach those that need the message the most and those that will benefit from the message. So I hope that's you today, Leo. I hope that you enjoy the reading. I hope that it resonates. And then I hope, of course, that it serves you well in some way, shape, or form. Okay, Leo, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and see what we've got for Leo for February 2021. Here we go. Two of Wands. Queen of Wands in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse. The Hierophant. Judgment in reverse. The Nine of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so we have a Queen of Wands in reverse on the table, Leo. This could be your energy or somebody that you're dealing with. I feel like this Queen of Wands has a decision to make, or she's got some kind of decision or choice, or she needs to choose a path. She needs to make some kind of decision, but I think she feels frustrated. I get the feeling like she might have this expectation of herself, or maybe it's other people that have this expectation of her, that she's going to make the right decision, but it's not actually going to be what she wants. In other words, you know, if you're faced with, supposedly you have a decision, right? If you have a decision to make or a choice of some sort, there's two options or more. And depending on the situation, you choose the best option for yourself, or you might have to choose the best option for a group of people or for the circumstance at hand. Sometimes a choice or decision that you have to make is not necessarily one that's going to make you happy, but you know you have to do it because it's the right thing to do. That's the situation I think this Queen of Wands is in. She's having to make a choice, but she's not happy with the choice she has to make. She might be feeling a little uncertain or insecure about it too. So in other words, I think that she feels like, okay, I know the right decision to make, but this is what I want, and it doesn't match up. That's what I've got so far, Leo. So let's find out a little bit more about what's going on with this Queen of Wands. So far, this is the only energy on the table. And again, if you're resonating with this reading, but you're like, well, I'm not the person who's making the decision, that's so-and-so. Why am I getting a reading about them? Well, maybe you're involved in the situation. Maybe you know this person, and somehow whatever's going on for them affects you in some way. So maybe that could be why you're receiving this reading. I'm just saying, be flexible with the energy. Let's see what else we get. We have the Magician in reverse. Two of Wands again. Six of Cups in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. The World. King of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Tower. So we have a King of Wands on the table now. I do feel like this is the person this Queen of Wands is dealing with. I think this is going to be a two-person reading. These energies feel equally strong to me. There is this indication that this Queen has a choice or a decision at hand, or she needs to make some kind of decision. She's not happy with the decision she needs to make. It could be one of those situations where you're expected to do something, or expected to act, or say something, or communicate something. You know it's your responsibility, but it's not really something that you want to do, or something that you feel good about, or something that you know will benefit you. I think she's in that position, and I think this King of Wands has put her there. This King of Wands doesn't want to do the dirty work. There's something here indicating these two are both in reverse. Neither one of these people want to do the dirty work. And the dirty work is making this decision, whatever the case, whatever this is, whatever this particular decision is. Also, whatever is before this Queen, whatever decision she needs to make, she's got the Two of Wands out here twice. So this could be anything. This could be some kind of path she needs to take. This could be a partnership she needs to create. This could be a decision regarding a relationship or a direction to go. I don't think she feels equipped to do it. And by that I mean she may not feel like this is something she wants to do, or feels like this is her responsibility. The relationship between this King and Queen is tentative. There's some the cards might be indicating that there is some risk. Not risk. There is a potential this relationship could potentially suffer if this Queen doesn't take action the way this King expects or wants her to. The relationship might be in jeopardy if she chooses to not do what this King expects her to. Let's get some more cards out here, Leo. This is interesting to say the least. It's feeling very uncomfortable to me if I'm being honest. Both of these people are feeling very disagreeable to me. There's this almost avoidance energy too, like they're avoiding each other or avoiding being they could be avoiding speaking their truth or just being authentic. Let's get some more cards out here. 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, King of Cups, Ace of Wands again in reverse, 2 of Wands again, but this time in reverse. These cards are the worst because I love these cards, but the illustrations are so light, it's hard to see in this really poor lighting, so I apologize. 8 of Cups. And then the Strength card in reverse. Okay, so here's what I have, Leo. I hope this doesn't sound confusing. It's very confusing in my head. Here's what I have, okay? Let's see if I can keep this pretty simple. These 2 people are connected in some way. I can't quite tell based on the cards I'm seeing what kind of connection it is. It could be anything. Remember, this is a general reading. So it could be romantic, could be a working relationship, business partnership, friends, or family. But these 2 are working together in some way or have been working together in some way. Or there's this expectation that they will collaborate. There's some kind of expectation of collaboration. We're going to leave it at that. And whatever that means for you. But neither party wants what the other party wants. This queen is expected to make some kind of decision. There's this anticipation that, and she's responsible for it. It could just simply be an agreement to work with this king. He could be waiting on an agreement to work together or collaborate in some way. This queen either doesn't feel equipped to do the job she's expected to do, or she's expected to make a decision that she doesn't want to make. She doesn't feel like it would benefit her. She feels like it would benefit this king. It's what this king wants. It's not what she wants. But she's still expected to make that decision, even though it's being presented as a choice or a decision. This Queen of Wands is being, I feel like she's being told, or there's this understanding that she could go this way or she could go that way. But she has to choose that way because that's the way the King of Wands wants her to go. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, Leo. This is being presented to the Queen of Wands as though she has a choice, but she really doesn't have a choice. She has to accommodate this King of Wands or go the direction he wants her to go. If for whatever reason she decides not to go the direction or make the choice or make the decision that this king wants, this relationship is in jeopardy. It could potentially come to an end. And ultimately, that's the way it has to be. That's the direction it should go, because these two don't feel like they're on the same page. If she decides to go the other direction and not go along with what this king wants, then I feel like he's going to walk away. That could change the dynamic of this particular connection completely. Let's get some more cards out here and see what else is going on for Leo. Nine of Swords in reverse. Three of Wands. Seven of Cups again in reverse. The Devil. Ten of Cups in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. The Hangman. And then Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so here's what I think is interesting. This, like I said, this King of Wands is expecting this Queen of Wands. It feels like she's presented with a choice or a decision. It's being presented that way, but she's expected to make a specific choice. And it's the will of this king. It's also like there's this it may not be communicated. This may not be something that's actually communicated between the two of these people. But I think this king expects this queen to make a certain decision, and I think he also thinks that she should think or will think that ultimately it's the right choice. In other words, she may not know it yet, but this king seems to think that he knows best, or it could be that he does know best, which is the right choice. But again, she's being given the choice. Go the direction that I want you to, and everything will be just fine, not just between the two of us, but you're also going to ultimately benefit from this decision. Or go the other direction, the direction you would prefer, and it's going to cause trouble within this relationship, possibly to the point where there's an ending. So this king's waiting. I feel like this king is sitting here waiting. He's not waiting patiently, though. I don't think that he feels good about having to wait on this queen, because I think he thinks this queen should have already made this decision. I think this king thinks that this is an easy decision and she should have already made it. But he's sitting here waiting, and he's anticipating the worst. I think he's tempted to walk away without even ultimately receiving her decision. He's not. He might be thinking, you know what? I shouldn't have to wait for this. She already knows the right direction to take. I'm sitting here waiting, twiddling my thumbs. I think he's pissed. I think he wants to just pick up and go. It feels like he wants to walk away from the situation. Here's the other thing about this. I think even if this queen makes the decision that this king wants her to make, it's almost like there might still be a certain level of resentment or unhealthy energy between these two, because I think this king knows that this queen doesn't want the same thing this king wants. And I think he knows that if she does make the decision he wants her to make, that she's just doing it because that's what she's expected to do. And that all by itself might cause problems within this relationship or problems within the situation. This Queen of Wands might even be thinking about that. She might be like, this is a loss, this is a no-win situation. Either way, I lose. Whatever choice I do make, I lose in this situation, this circumstance. I think that's what this Queen of Wands is thinking. This might be some kind of guilt trip that this King of Wands is pulling on her, or this Queen feels like she's being guilt tripped into making a specific choice or decision. Let's get this last round out for Leo and see what else we get. There's the King of Wands again. He's in the upright this time. Knight of Cups in reverse. Queen of Wands again. She's in reverse again. Sun in reverse. Eight of Cups again. King of Swords. Five of Wands in reverse. And there's the King of Cups again, this time in reverse. So the King of Cups is definitely this King of Wands. This is this King of Swords might be somebody different. This might be a third party, but let me kind of go through these cards one more time and see. So this King of Wands is kind of acting like a boss. And when I say that, it's kind of like he's making orders, or he is delegating responsibility. There's the sense that this king, to a certain extent, is kind of acting like a leader, a boss, someone who's in charge. But I don't think he's being very sympathetic toward this Queen of Wands and the decision that she's expected to make. He, and again, I'm using he and she because of the king and queen cards, but male or female, you can embody any of these energies that are in this reading, and if the reading resonates for you, or you could be an external party. So just remember that, Leo. So this King of Wands, it's possible he could have run out of patience with this Queen of Wands. It's possible that there could be some history between these two, where this king maybe I feel like this sense of coddling with this King of Cups, Knight of Cups in reverse coming out. There's a sense of I've been coddling you. I've been kind of, prolonging the situation because I'm not being firm enough, or I'm not being insistent enough. I don't think this queen is there's some kind of shift in this king's energy, and this queen is not taking it very well. I need to use an example just so that it makes sense to me, Leo, but again, your situation obviously could be very different. But this king is in a position of expecting or asking this queen to make some kind of choice or decision. I think this is something that is has happened in the past, or there's some kind of working relationship between these two. This king could be a boss, he could be a supervisor. If they are business partners, or they just work together, or maybe this is even a married couple, there's some kind of sense in the cards that this king has a certain level of authority over the queen, at least with respect to whatever's going on here. Kind of like he has the final word type of thing. But she's been given this choice, but but also expected to make a decision that will please this king or will be the decision that he would have made. Something to that extent. I feel like he is approaching this situation differently than maybe he has in the past. In other words, he's maybe taking out the softness approach, for example. He may not be as welcoming with his, or as kind with his words. Maybe he's not being as soft as he normally would with his approach. Maybe he's being more of a hard ass than he normally would. I feel like it would typically be in his nature to be a little bit softer with this queen. But I think that aspect's been removed or it's absent in this case. And it's affecting this Queen of Wands. She might feel a little confused or unsure or insecure about the situation or this decision that she's making. Because I think there's some resentment building up or some kind of negative energy building up between these two because of the nature of the connection as it exists in this point in time. I get the sense with the Eight of Cups out here twice. This king is thinking, you know what? If she doesn't make the decision that I expect her to make, I'm going to walk. Frustrated with this. I can't do this anymore. I feel like he's kind of almost emotionally removed from the situation. I feel like he's almost mentally preparing himself to be disappointed. That she's not going to do what he wants her to do or make the choice that he wants her to make. He's mentally preparing himself to be disappointed and to potentially walk away. Now again, I'm going to repeat this because I think it's important. The decision that this king wants this queen to make, for some reason he thinks that it'll benefit her also. She may not feel like it's going to benefit her. Maybe she doesn't think it's the right choice, but for some reason he believes that ultimately it's the right choice for everyone, not just him. This isn't just his bidding. That's what he believes. But I don't think he's been able to convince this queen that that's the case. So, Leo, that's what I've got. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to try to get this one last Dreams of Gaia tarot card, and then we'll wrap this up. Something that I think is also going unsaid, unspoken between these two, is I think this king is also... It feels like with this set of cards, it may be that this king also knows that if this queen doesn't make the decision he's hoping she makes or wants her to make, that it's not just going to affect their relationship, it'll affect a bigger picture, and that could include other people. Let me get one card for Leo so we can wrap this up. And I'm going to throw this out there too. I do feel like this is a relationship of longevity. These two have known each other for a long time. There's a long-term connection here. And that, when I say long, it could be a couple of years, it could be 2 decades. But it's an established relationship of some sort. And again, it feels like it could be any kind of relationship, but it is possible that there was an emotional connection between these two at one time. That's a possibility. It's not going to be true for all of you. I just felt like it's a possibility there may have been a more intimate connection between these two, at least at one time. But that's not necessarily going to be true for everybody. Let's get one card for Leo. Okay, that's finally... Okay, this one flopped off. I'm going to go ahead and take it the way it fell in my lap. It's upside down in my lap, so I don't know what the card is. But when it fell in my lap, it did a little turn. It turned upside down. So we have the Nine of Swords, or Nine of Air, in reverse is how it ended up in my lap. And I'm going to read it as a reversal. So it's a potential blockage if it's in reverse, Leo. And the Nine of Air. That's not... What? Water. Sorry. Nine of Water. What the hell? I had to see the picture. I realized I was wrong. I'm thinking I know the Nine of Air. This isn't the Nine of Air. I read the Nine of Air all the time. I haven't seen the Nine of Water come out in a long time. It did come out in your reading. Right here. It's one of the first set of cards. Okay. The reversal is about a third of a page, very short. I will try to display the card for you, Leo. The lighting is poor, so I apologize in advance for not being able to see it very well. But here we go. When the Nine of Water appears reversed, it signifies a resistance or unwillingness to look at our emotional reactions and accepting responsibility for them. Or it could indicate an unwillingness to look at the source of these emotional reactions. We may not want to see the truth. In this instance, we may truly agree with the old adage that ignorance is bliss. However, it is more than probable that we simply tell ourselves this because we are afraid of the pain of dredging up old memories. Instead, the Nine of Water offers us an opportunity to acknowledge the truth. Embracing ignorance will keep us reliving the pain of the moment again and again, until we make the choice to break the cycle by facing that of which we are most afraid. The Nine of Water reversed asks that you do not avoid what needs to be done because you will experience pain in the short term. The pain will pass and open you to better and happier times. So I think that was very clear. That could be clarification on the decision that's being made by this Queen of Wands. Again, I feel like she's being faced with something that she doesn't want to do. This could be an emotional decision that she has to make that feels uncomfortable in the moment. And I'm going to show these cards just because I feel like they're significant. But she was flanked by the Two of Wands in the top set of cards here. And then I do feel like this is some kind of emotional decision that she's making. And it may feel uncomfortable. But I think this card is indicating that if she makes the uncomfortable decision now and she faces what she needs to face now, ultimately in the long run, it's going to work out to her benefit, which is what I was feeling this King feels. So this King, while he's in reverse a couple times, he's also in the upright a couple of times. I feel like he's lost patience with this Queen. And it may be that he was kind of coddling her for a little while, kind of helping her along with trying to make the hard choices. But I think he's lost his patience. I think he's lost his patience doing that, and maybe he feels like it's no longer serving him to coddle this Queen. It feels more now like he's kind of being more insistent. Like, look, you need to make this decision. You get to make the choice, but you know there's one right decision and there's one wrong decision. The wrong decision will feel more comfortable for her because it allows her to avoid whatever it is she needs to do. The right decision is going to feel uncomfortable for her. She doesn't want to do it, but in the long run, it's going to allow her to face the problem, deal with the situation, and ultimately reap the reward of doing the right thing. And the right thing is to make this... all along, this King, like I said, this King of Wands is in reverse, so he's in some shadow energy, but honestly, I feel like it's a level of impatience, maybe even anger towards this Queen of Wands. I don't think he's being very nice to her, but I think he's tried to be nice in the past. I just strongly get the sense with this King of Cups out here a couple times that he's tried that in the past and it just hasn't worked. And so he's kind of being a hard nose about this and trying a different strategy. I don't know if it's going to work. I can't tell from this reading what the outcome is, and now I've messed up my cards, but I do feel like the decision is still, it feels like a present situation. It feels like, so for example, Leo, if you're this Queen of Wands, you're currently in this position of having to make some kind of decision or choice. If you're this King of Wands, you're patiently waiting for that Queen of Wands to make this decision or choice. I don't feel like there's a lot of communication. If there is communication, it's not very pleasant between the two of these people. I'm going to leave that here. Leo, I hope the reading resonated. I hope that it was enjoyable. I hope more than anything else that it was helpful to you. So thanks so much for watching. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to. I always enjoy those. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Leo.